The storm hit harder than they expected. Thunder cracked above the canopy as 5 teenagers huddled around a flickering fire, tarp snapping in the wind. "We should have turned back," Jenna muttered, pulling her soaked hoodie tighter. "No one dies camping," laughed Dylan, cracking open a beer. Then the growl came, low, deep, too close. Branches snapped like bones. A massive grizzly stepped into the firelight, wet fur clinging to rippling muscle, eyes locked on them. "Don't move," whispered Malik, but Dylan bolted. The bear lunged. Screams shattered the storm. Dylan's body hit the mud silent. Blood mixed with rain. Jenna's legs gave out as Malik pulled her back. "Run!" he shouted. They tore through the trees, slipping, gasping. Emily tripped. The bear was on her in seconds. Savage, brutal. Liam grabbed a flare from his pack, lit it, and screamed, waving it wildly. The bear hesitated. The red flare hissed in Liam's hand, casting a hellish glow across the clearing. The bear snarled, inching back but not retreating. It was deciding. "Liam, come on!" Malik yelled from the shadows, Jenna sobbing beside him. Emily wasn't moving. With trembling hands, Liam hurled the flare. It hit the ground near the bear's paws, sparks dancing. The beast flinched, then turned, vanishing into the dark like a nightmare slipping back into sleep. Silence, except for the storm and Jenna's broken cries. They found shelter beneath a rocky overhang, soaked and shaking. Malik wrapped his arm around Jenna. Liam stared at the flare's dying glow. "We should have never come," he said. They didn't answer. Morning brought a thin gray light in a search party they didn't call. A ranger found them, shivering and hollow-eyed. "Where's the 5th?" he asked. Malik's voice cracked. "Gone." They never spoke of the night again, but every storm, Jenna still hears the growl behind the thunder, and Liam still carries a flare, just in case. Years passed, but the forest never let go. Liam avoided it, even from a distance. He'd feel the weight of pine-scented air and hear echoes that weren't there. Jenna moved to the city, far from storms, yet every lightning flash brought a flicker of fur, of teeth, of Dylan's final scream. One fall, Malik returned alone. Guilt had settled in his bones. He found the clearing again, overgrown, quiet. No trace of blood, no sign of Emily's final breath. He left a wooden marker by the old fire pit, no name, just a carved paw print. That winter, a photo surfaced online. Trail cam footage, a massive bear. Same scar above the eye. The caption read, "He's still out there." Liam saw it and packed a flare. Some wounds don't heal. Some ghosts still walk. And some monsters never leave the woods. Spring thawed the forest, but the silence remained heavy. Malik's marker stood untouched, moss curling along its edges. No animals dared come near. In a nearby town, Jenna watched a documentary on apex predators. As the host mentioned territorial grizzlies known to stalk kill sites, her hands trembled. She turned it off. Liam, meanwhile, studied survival. Books, maps, fire-starting kits. He wasn't obsessed, he told himself. Just prepared. Just ready. Until one night, thunder cracked, and something heavy brushed past his cabin window. He froze. Not a storm. No wind. Just silence. And a deep, dragging breath outside. He grabbed the flare, stepped to the door. It was open. Something had been inside. The muddy paw prints said enough. He didn't sleep, just sat, flare in hand until dawn. Because some predators don't forget, and some stories don't end in the woods. Weeks passed. Liam's front door stayed bolted now. The muddy paw prints had long dried, but he'd taken to sleeping in shifts. One eye always open, flare by his side. He tried telling people. The ranger laughed. The bartender rolled his eyes. Bears don't stalk people for years, they said. Not like that. But Liam knew. He felt it watching. Then came the night the power died. No storm, no warning. Just a sudden suffocating dark. The generator wouldn't start. He lit a candle. That's when he saw it. Claw marks along the inside of the window. From the inside. Liam backed away, whispering to himself, grabbing the flare. Something moved in the hallway. Slow, heavy, wet breath, inches from the air. The candle flickered. Then the smell hit. Blood. Not old, not dried. Fresh. He crept forward, heart hammering. The flare shook in his grip. Then the growl, so close it was inside him. A black shape surged from the shadows. The grizzly, its fur matted with gore, mouth foaming, one eye gone, replaced by a pulsing red crater. It crashed into him, flinging him into the wall. Bones snapped like twigs. Blood sprayed the floorboards. Liam screamed, lit the flare. Too late. Claws tore across his chest, peeling muscle like wet cloth. He stabbed blindly with the flare, catching fur, skin, flame. The bear roared, fire licking its face, but it didn't stop. It bit down on his neck, crushing his throat. Blood bubbled from his lips as he gagged, eyes wide. The bear tore into him, ripping chunks free, ribs exposed, guts unraveling like rope. Liam's last vision was his own intestines dragging across the floor. Then, nothing. They found the cabin days later, walls painted in crimson. A single flare burned into the floor, melted plastic fused to wood. And on the wall, carved deep in blood-soaked claw marks, "Stay out." The forest was closed that summer, but the sound still came from the trees. Low, deep, too close.